Tyrion was in the wrong place at the wrong... I don't think Tyrion had anything to do with that.
The way he looked?
Though he did say something weird to Podrick. He said, we're going to have to find a new way to thank the king.
Oh, yeah, when he said, when the performers are done, give them 20 gold each?
Yeah. No, after that, he said, we're going to have to find a new way to thank the king.
Yeah, but I don't think that Tyrion would put himself in that position knowing that if he really did do that, he'd be done. He looked shocked to me.
Yeah, if it was me, I would not be there. I would be, like, staying away. I would be, like, away from that situation. But I think Tyrion literally just got caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. Unless he actually did poison him, which would be a crazy twist. And now 2 people have died at a wedding, too.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
These weddings are dangerous in Westeros. There's so much... Man, I did not catch everything in that episode for sure. There's so much symbolism, like the dying dove in the cake and him killing the dove. That could be interpreted in so many different ways, and I just don't. And all the interactions between all those people at that wedding, it could be anyone. Like I was saying with the performance that he had with the dwarves, like doing all that stuff, like everyone was pissed at him, looking at him. There was like daggers in everyone's hands at that thing. At the wedding for him, and it literally anyone could have killed him, and I wouldn't be surprised. It could have been Tyrion. It could have been Varys. It could have been who else?
Yeah, that's the thing. He had a lot of people that were not happy with him.
Sansa. I don't know if Sansa could plan something like that. Tyrion is like the number one suspect, but it doesn't make sense for him to be so bewildered. I feel like Tyrion's a good scapegoat for the Lannisters because they just hate him so much. But like honestly, wouldn't you want to see who actually did it? Could be, I don't even know.
He has so many enemies.
This episode
it could be anyone.
Insane. We got Stannis a little bit in there and the burning of the people. I think he's not really with this like burning of like his family members thing. Yeah.
His wife is crazy about it though.
Yeah. His wife is crazy. Burn her. Like get rid of her.
At the very last second, did you see the keep forgetting his name? Sansa saved him from being killed, made him the king's fool. He went up to her to Sansa and said, "If you want to come with me, if you want to live, come with me."
Does he know something? Is he involved with that situation?
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know though.
There's a plot under here, and we just watched it. Normally, we get a build up to certain events. Honestly, that's not even true because the Reigns of Castamere episode.
Was that the necklace that he gave her? That blue one?
The one she was wearing?
Yeah.
Maybe. That's interesting. Maybe she did know something? Maybe Sansa did know something. There's like poison in the necklace. And she handled the cup too.
Yeah, because she picked it up.
Yeah.
Off the floor. And
maybe the necklace had poison in it. And she was able to, when she leaned down to pick up his cup, she could put the poison in it. I just don't think Sansa could be capable of doing something like that. Maybe? And he poured it from... I don't think the poison was in the glass that he grabbed on the table because it was in front of the queen. You would think that poison would have gotten into some other cups.
If they had poured it from that one vessel.
I know. It was in front of Tywin. I don't think it came from there.
Marjorie's trying to hold down the fort.
The fort's done. The fort blew up.
Obviously.
The fort is gone. The fort spontaneously deconstructed itself in front of her. She's no longer queen. They got married, but and there's no way in hell the Lannisters are letting her stay there, right? Because they just got married and then they killed Joffrey off. So technically the queen would be like the queen regent. So the Lannisters would be out and the Tyrells would be in with just Marjorie until... Or does the throne... Are the thrones in this game patrilineal or matrilineal? I don't know.
But wouldn't it go to...
It would go to...
His little brother?
Yeah, his little brother. She would be out, like, immediately.
And then Cersei would go back to Queen Regent, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm really hoping for Shay that she actually got on that boat.
Yeah.
Because I know Tyrion was, like, really worried about if she got on it. They had to break him.
And now this scenario is like, now what happens? Tyrion is going to be arrested for potentially killing the king and then probably killed. I don't see why they would leave him alive. That's insane. I can't believe that.
Thing is, if he did poison him, he would have his whole entire attitude towards how he was reacting and treating Joffrey would have been a little bit more different. He would have been like one ahead. He was like trying to stay away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Or he could have played the part really well. Oh my goodness. Or maybe it was the Martells. I'm not saying it right. The people who visited. Maybe it was them.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Oh.
Do you know what?
Yeah, it could have definitely been them.
Because even from the very beginning when they're like, oh yeah, I'm sure he does.
There are so many.
Maybe they did it.
So what happens now? Obviously, there's going to be a new king. I don't even know his brother is named. I don't even remember his brother's name.
The king of cruel and just terribleness died by poisoning. He literally bled to death.
He was just having a seizure. Yeah. Wait, is there more to this episode? Just a long outro. I like how they play the Reigns of Castamere in the credits.
Fitting.
Or I don't know if it's a Stark. Somehow the Starks are involved with that killing. It would be off-brand for sure. It would be way out of character and there's no Starks even alive, but there's probably Stark supporters alive. I don't think they have enough power, and I don't think they're that clever enough to murder the king in response to the Red Wedding at this time, unless Sansa did it, which would be that'd be such a badass move for her to be like, yeah, I killed him. And that's a lot of information to keep from us if that's the case. And I don't know. We'll probably figure out soon. Get it. Oh, shoot. The whole trajectory of where I thought it was going has changed too, because now we're losing Joffrey.
Yeah, that's major.
And Joffrey was like leading this whole King's Landing narrative, which it leads for so many more characters to be like introduced, which is like the theme of the last few episodes, including last season. It's just new characters have more ability to do what they want to do. So we're going to get a new king and everything.
Is this going to reflect on Jaime because Jaime was supposed to protect the king and he didn't protect the king from being killed? Is this going to be punishment too for him?
Possibly.
You can't fight. You did this, you did that, you let him die.
You let the king die.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Thinking about he ran over to see if he was okay and Cersei said no, pushed him off.
Wow. And now I'm thinking like, okay, if Tyrion had something to do with it, he was telling Jaime in the beginning, because I would assume like Jaime being the Lord Commander would be next to the king at his wedding, right? Mm-hmm. But Tyrion was filling Jaime with the fact that like if you can't be a swordsman anymore, you're a commander, command. I wonder if him doing that was like partially getting him away from the king so he could do that if he actually did it. I might be looking into it way too much. I don't know. There's subtle clues that things were happening if you look hard enough for it. And tell us what we missed in this.
There was so much, I'm sure.
That was a packed episode. It was definitely a highly rated episode. There was a lot of... You could tell the budget for this episode was crazy. With all of the decorations and everything and people. And it was definitely like crazy. We're gonna end it there, but give us your questions and anything you want us to talk about next time in the next video.
Yes.
And we'll definitely hit at it. Anything, suggestions, feedback, whatever. Welcome
back
to Immersive Reactions.
Hello, lords and ladies.
So we're gonna continue after that crazy episode 2. They haven't done anything like that where they do something that wild in episode 2. Normally it's like the 9th episode of the season.
Yeah, the ending of it.
Yeah. And they did the Red Wedding in the last season, but it's interesting that we get like right after that, the death of Joffrey. And I want to just analyze and break down that scene. That whole party instance thing. I'm not gonna play anything, but so I've been thinking about this like a lot since we watched it. And I'm thinking like the little details in these scenes. There is a lot of, towards the end, there's more, but the first major scene is with Grand Maester Pycelle. Mm-hmm. And now why I think this is important in the grand scheme of everything is he's a maester. He is a person who would be the doctor in this world.
Yeah.
He is sent away by Cersei, but
this scenario was happening before. I was thinking whoever was involved in making this girl go interact with Pycelle had something to do with it.
Oh, shit.
Because whoever was going to poison him was thinking, I got to get the maester out of here. I can't have a maester being like, oh, here's an antidote to it. Here's an antidote to the poison. I think someone planted this girl here to get Pycelle to leave the party.
Yeah, because Cersei sent him. Oh.
And if I look at this girl, she's wearing blue. She has like a corset type thing on. I don't know where we've seen her before, but she looks so familiar. And this isn't a coincidence at all, I think. And it just so happened that Cersei came up and told him to get out of there. So it worked out way better than I think they wanted it to, because they were going to pull him away, but Cersei sent him away. So there's no way they're going to question it, because she's going to be like, I sent him away. I didn't know, right?
Okay.
So they actually covered up the plot even more. And I don't think, maybe they think back to this moment, like, what was Pycelle doing?
He was sent away by Cersei.
He was sent away by Cersei, but I don't know if they'll come to the conclusion to be like, pick up on this. And I was like doing something completely different, and I was thinking about it, and I looked up and I was like, I can't believe I realized that. Because I was thinking to myself, you would think there would be a doctor around. And my line of thought was like, you'd think there'd be a doctor around. Who's the doctor? Oh, I guess maesters are doctors. Where's the maester? Who's the maester? Grand Maester Pycelle. And then where's Grand Maester Pycelle? And that's the logical reasoning I went down to get to there. I gotta fix the camera. Too low. Our faces need to be center on this, or my face tracking just starts to tweak out. But yeah, that's crazy. I can't tell from the girl who she belongs to. Maybe it's Varys. Maybe it's one of Varys's little birds. And we got, obviously, the Martells are a big... Wait. His clothes look very similar to the girls.
The vines on his clothes, yeah.
To the corset. It could have totally been the Martells.
That's what I said last time, just the way he... Yeah. The whole instant on every single chat they have.
I'm just watching this silently so I can catch, like... You have the guards in the back. So it could never have been like a backstabbing plot. It was always going to be a poisoning. And then the distasteful dwarf show that everyone hates. And I feel like just a side note, I feel totally like Tyrion here. Anyone who watches people that don't have any empathy in their lives do cruel stuff like this, I feel like him. I'm just like, oh my God.
They're all having a great time, but if you look at Varys, it's like, what is wrong with all of you people?
Yeah,
this is so distasteful.
There are people in the crowd that are totally just not with this. Mm-hmm. We can go through and look at it. Okay, obviously, Stark, Sansa, Tyrion, Tommen, I think, is sitting next to Tyrion. He's not about it. Mm-mm. He doesn't like this at all. She's just not about it. Like, she even looking at him side-eyed, like, are you kidding me? There's a good chance it could have been like a Tyrell plot, now that I'm thinking about it. Because think of all the crap that Tywin is forcing them all to do. And the Tyrells are just like, I'm checking out. We're checking out of this situation. Let's look at... Yeah. Oh my God. I didn't notice. I didn't notice she was so, like, not having this.
Is that the cup that he poured the wine from in front of her? No, it's a different one, right?
No, it's a different cup. But you know what? You know what that looks like?
That looks like the Martells. Like his
No. Look,
no?
Look, it's like a corset with the dress. Does she have a brooch or something on her?
No,
it's hard to tell. It is like a fashion
one has
piece.
A blue one.
I was thinking that they're wearing the same crap as that girl behind Olenna Tyrell, and I was like gonna link it to her. But they could just be servants, not linked to any houses or anything like that. They all just had that clothing on to be like the servants to go around and serve cake. I can confirm that in a second here, because I think they all go to serve them the pie. Okay, so yeah, when he cuts the bird's head off, they're all wearing cloaks. The servers are wearing cloaks. Maybe they're not servers. Oh man, this is hard. I know you're not supposed to know, but Olenna again just looks so beyond this. And you get a lot of shots with her looking. She's obviously a huge figure in this whole thing, but she is just not having it.
She's heard stories and heard how he acts as a character.
The only thing
now
that,
her granddaughter's married to this Insible. That's not the right word.
the only thing, yeah, she says help him. Yeah,
Idiots, help your king.
Yeah. That pushes her away, but she
Yeah.
could also be very intelligently trying to deflect here. If she just sat there silent, it puts a weird target on her back. It's definitely not a plot from within by the Lannisters whatsoever to get rid of him, because they're just so beyond themselves here.
But of course, they blame him. They will look for any excuse.
Yeah, she turns to the crowd and says, take him. She's
What the
like
hell are they gonna do?
performing. She's performing, which makes me doubt that it wasn't not them. Like, it wasn't Cersei who plotted this, but there's so many other candidates that, or like she's just angry that she thinks it's him in this moment, like truly does, and she's just reveling in the fact that she's finally got him. But we are going to slam right into it, guys. We did a little breakdown of last episode, which was huge.
Yeah.
Huge. I can't understate how
I'm hoping
big
for
that
some
episode
clarity.
is. Yeah, clarity, some more. I don't think we're gonna understand who did it.
We can't forget that
might.
Sansa might have a way out now.
They're gonna blame Tyrion. That's the whole thing. And if Tyrion didn't do it, he's not really the one who they should be going after, but they're gonna go after the red herring, which is Tyrion, and whoever put that poison in the wine. But yeah, into it. Thank you everyone for being here. This is a separate video, but we appreciate everybody on these videos and all of the views and likes and subscribes and the Patreon traffic and everything you guys do to help us continue the channel. Obviously, when you see this on YouTube, it's going to be quite a long time because we're taking a little break from YouTube. So the past few months before you see this, we were doing every other episode. Hopefully by the time we get to here, we're kind of cruising again. But check out our Patreon, check out our YouTube members, and
Lots of good stuff.
we're way ahead.
Yeah, we are.
On Patreon, months ahead. So we thank you for watching, and let's get into it. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. It helps us get recognition on our videos, and we'll react to more in the future. Thank you.